Hey guys, today I'm going to be telling you how to do the automatic card discovery. Now this one's a very beginner trick, just starting in Magic, and it's based off of a key card. So basically, you shuffle the cards, you can hand the cards to the spectator to shuffle. It does not matter the order, but you have to glance at the bottom card. There are different ways to do this. One of the ways I do is I do an overhand shuffle, and I peek at the bottom card as I'm shuffling. So in this case, it'd be the Queen of Hearts. So as I'm shuffling, I'd stop and put it back to the bottom, so the Queen of Hearts is on the bottom. You can also do that. I'll get into that later. There's a different version of this. But there's another way where I just saw the bottom card and I could see it again. Which is you take it, you flip it, you up, so you can just glance it. And flip it, just as you're squaring up. So it doesn't seem as suspicious. So you can just go like this. Or you can, when you're squaring up the cards, just go like this, glance the bottom card, and they won't know. Now, excuse me, you'd ask them to pick a card once you memorize the bottom card, in this case the Eight of Hearts. So they memorize the card, you ask them to pick it out and say it's the Nine of Clubs. You'd ask them to memorize it, and then you'd ask them to place it on top and cut it back into the deck. And you can also do a couple other cuts, but this is very risky. You could probably see a break right around the center, which is where you cut to. You can cut around it. So say their card was here. You can cut this top packet and then there. So their card is in this middle packet. But that's a little too risky because there was a time when I was performing and their card, I split their card. So once you once they've put the card back into the deck, what you're gonna do? There's a version where you'd start flipping over the cards until you see the Eight of Hearts. So I'm just going to go through. I'll probably speed this up. Once you get to the key card, in this case the Eight of Hearts, you're going to, without hesitating, you're going to think, okay, so there's the key card, in this case the Eight of Hearts, and then you're going to flip over the next card and say, okay, that's their card, the Nine of Clubs. So then you're going to keep going through and make sure you can still see it. Keep flipping cards down. And try not to get to the last. Just have a little bit left in your hand. More than two. And then say to them, the next card I flip over is going to be your card. And they're going to think, no, I'm wrong because my card's right there. But what you do is instead of, you could go like this, as if you're going to flip that over. You go like that, put it back, pick up the Nine of Clubs, and flip that over. This is a very powerful trick, especially for people who haven't seen many magic tricks before. And the other version is a lot quicker. So you'd shuffle the cards, give them a couple cuts. You'd ask them to pick a card. In this case, they picked the Queen of Hearts. Actually, I'll just do a different one since that was already in before. Okay. They pick the Ace of Clubs. You ask them to I'm going to put that aside. You ask them to memorize it. So then what you do is you say place it anywhere in the deck. as you're going through. And as you're going through, you're going to look at the bottom card. So you're just going to, okay, just place it anywhere, you pick it up, look at it, and keep going. But don't seem so obvious. Just keep a fast, you saw it, motion. You could also just memorize the card at the bottom, but that would be a little obvious. So what I like to do is go like this. So they place their card, the spot, the key card's the 6 of clubs. So they're gonna place the ace of clubs right there. Try to not show it too, because yeah. So then you'd go through until you reach the 6 of clubs. And then you do the same thing. Flip over this card. You can also just do it the next card and kind of flip over that, but I like to do. Keep flipping. Say the next card I flip over is going to be your card. And grab it. Make sure you show it to them. And flip it over. So that is the a cool card discovery trick. Okay, here are some tips when doing the trick. The first tip is don't seem obvious when you're glancing at the card. Don't go like when you're shuffling. Don't just, be obvious with it. And if you're doing the Hindu shuffle, don't go like that. Or if you're doing the 180 flip, don't go like that. You just do a quick little, I don't even think the camera saw that, but I can continue to see it's the Queen of Spades, which it is. So that's the first tip. The next tip is when you're going through the cards and say, this was the Jack of Spades, was their card. When you're going through the cards, when you get to their card, don't hesitate and be like, okay, that's the card I have to look for. Just be casual. Okay, there's the Jack of Spades. Next, I don't remember, but you probably remember. But just be casual with it. Don't hesitate. So that's pretty much it for the tricks. I think I went through all the tips. Just don't hesitate. Just be casual and smooth, just like you would normally when you flip over cards. I would practice flipping over the cards and not hesitating, and glancing the card without being obvious. Like I could see it right now. So that's pretty much, that's all my time, guys. Hope you have fun with that trick, and I will see you in the next video.